Welcome to the Business Administration Podcast. Hello, and welcome to the Business Administration Podcast. I'm Dr. Leslie Sukup, and today we are going to continue our journey of discussing stress management techniques. However, in this episode, we are going to talk about mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is something that has been very helpful in my life, but I have to admit that at first, I wasn't sure if I was going to stick with it because it's hard um, initially. But mindfulness is powerful because it provides you a way to acknowledge all of that negativity, that stress that you are experiencing in your life, whether it be personally or professionally or academically. But it allows you to acknowledge that that's occurring. Even though you can't control it, mindfulness allows you to disengage from those negative thoughts that really interfere with our performance and maybe even our values and potentially our goals that we're trying to achieve on a daily basis. But you may be wondering, well, what is mindfulness? Mindfulness originated with Tibetan monks way back when. However, mindfulness now is not just meditating. It can resonate in quite a few different ways. But mindfulness in and of itself is a mental state of awareness, openness, and focus. It really is about being present in the moment. And I like I mentioned, for me personally, it takes practice. When I first started trying to practice mindfulness, I found it hard and difficult. I, Mainly because I tried to take control over the situation. And with mindfulness, you really have to let things flow. Don't try to control things because it won't work. It won't work. But I guarantee that the more you practice mindfulness, the easier it will get. And there's a lot of benefits of practicing mindfulness. The more that you practice mindfulness, you're going to see almost like a switch flips in your head. Instead of looking at all of the stress and negativity that's occurring in a dark side or negative way, well, now you start to look at it more optimistically. And this transcends into other areas of your life. You tend to become more optimistic. You'll see the situation as the glass half full versus the glass is half empty. You're also going to start to feel more confident, maybe even competent in whatever you're doing, which comes along with being self sufficient. You're not going to need to depend upon others as much. Yes, that social network is important as far as, supporting you and having someone to communicate with, but in the daily grind, you're able to make it through it. You have that grit and determination that is going to help you persevere through utilizing mindfulness. A couple of other aspects that are seen with people who practice mindfulness is that they tend to be more satisfied in their lives. And this leads to them having more positive social relationships, which means that, you if you come home from a bad day, whether it's at school, work, whatever, you come home and you're going to find that instead of taking it out on your significant other or your loved ones, you're going to have those bonds and those relationships strengthened through the use of mindfulness. So you may be asking yourself, well, yes, I understand what mindfulness is, but how do I use how do I use it? What is this technique? Uh, is it just meditation? No. The way that you utilize this technique is first, you're going to find a way to anchor yourself. And normally, this is done, you can equate it to putting your feet on the floor. You're anchoring yourself into a position. And then you're going to focus on your breathing. Try to release the muscle tension that you're feeling, starting at the head, maybe moving down through your body until you reach your feet. And then you want to notice three things. This could be what you see, what you hear, and potentially what you feel in contact with your body. And then stay present is the third method or third step in this process. You want to notice how your thoughts and emotions are swirling around in your head. But instead of trying to control those thoughts and emotions, allow your thoughts and emotions to move like waves. You just think of it like the water flowing. It's gonna, if you're looking at the ocean, you see the water come in and go out. Don't try to control it. Don't try to hold on to what's happening in your thoughts and emotions. Just give them space and recognize, yes, you're there, but I'm not going to try to control you. There are tons of ways that you can practice mindfulness in your life. You can look on YouTube or Rumble or whatever video platform you happen to utilize, and I almost guarantee if you search for mindfulness, you're going to find walkthroughs that you can utilize. There's also apps that you can download to your phone or to a tablet, whatever brand that you happen to use. But these apps are designed to help you walk through the mindfulness process. And sometimes these guided mindfulness applications are great for when you're first starting off. But you may notice that as you become more comfortable with mindfulness, you can do this without those mechanisms in place. There's also tons of websites out there that you can look up. Uh, I encourage you go to the library, check out some books on mindfulness because this is a very powerful tool that you can use to reduce and manage the stress in your life. Before we part ways today, I want to let you know of some other ways that you can practice daily mindfulness. So as you are, we all have to eat every day. So as you're eating something, take the opportunity to savor it and notice all of the different sensations in your mouth. Maybe the texture, the taste, maybe the smell of the food that you're eating. And that is one way of practicing mindfulness. With the weather outside, if it happens to be raining, listen to the sounds of the rain. You know, what is that? What is the sounds of the rain hitting whatever structure outside? What is the pattern of that rain? Is it fast? Is it slanted due to the wind? But take note of that. And if there's any other sounds or items involved with that rain, take that in as well. Because oftentimes I find that there's a smell associated with rain as well. Uh, when you're happy or joyful, notice how your body feels. Notice your breath, your thoughts, the different sensations that are occurring in your body. And you can also practice daily mindfulness with music. I find this works really well for me. Pay attention to, as you're listening to the music, pay attention to the rhythm of the individual instruments. I used to play clarinet in high school, and I can, if I'm listening to music that may have a clarinet, I'm able to easily pick it out and practice mindfulness that way. But notice also as you're listening to the music how you physically react. What is it that you feel in your body? Maybe what emotions are you experiencing in regards to that music? All right. We've covered a lot on mindfulness today, and I hope it is beneficial for you. But I do encourage you, try it out, see how it works for you. It may be difficult at first, but I am living proof that if you continue on using mindfulness, you will see success and a positive turn for the better with mindfulness in your life. Until the next time, be safe and be well.